How do you actually use ChatGPT? What exactly does it do, and how is it going to help me? Obviously, there's this huge buzz in AI and ChatGPT at the moment. So in this video, by the end of it, you're going to have a complete understanding of what all the buttons mean and how to create your own personal GPTs, and then also how you can build your own custom GPT trained on your own data with custom instructions that can actually manage your customer service directly on your website. So this is ChatGPT. You'll have to create an account, but when you get into ChatGPT, this is what you'll see. Now, if you're on the free plan, you'll only be able to use GPT 3.5. Now, a bit of background about ChatGPT. It is a language model. It's been trained on thousands, if not millions, of data points. All of this stuff isn't really relevant to understanding how it works, but it basically allows a AI model or a language model to understand human text input in English, for example, or any language at all. It can then process that information against its internal knowledge base and then spit out a response. So, for example, I could say, write me an email to tell my customers we've launched a new product that helps with their skincare. It can go ahead and it can write a whole huge email, and it's actually drafted out some stuff. It tells you to put in the product name. We understand that maintaining healthy and radiant skin is a top priority for many customers, and it's got a list of different things that it can respond to. So that is pretty cool, but you'll notice straight away that it doesn't know anything about our business. It doesn't understand the way that we market. It doesn't understand the way that we usually write. This may be too formal for your business. It may be too formal for the way that you usually write your emails. This is one of the main problems with ChatGPT. But we'll get to that in a minute, because I can also do some really cool things where, for example, I can actually use the newer model, which is GPT-4, and I can actually give it a CSV file. For example, here is a spreadsheet, and I can say, analyze this spreadsheet and tell me what it's about. It will actually go away and it will start to analyze it. You can see here it's writing Python code, which is going to enable it to read that spreadsheet, understand the text within it, and then obviously give you a response, which is very exciting because that also means it can write code for whatever project it is that you're building. And you can see here it's actually extracted the information from that CSV file, and it's starting to actually give us a breakdown about what it's all about. For example, here it's basically keyword analysis. So you can start to analyze some really complicated data. But again, this opens up a much larger question, which is, well, what is OpenAI doing with my business information and all of that? The other thing is, once I've got one of these, as soon as I refresh the page, all of that information, he says, one second, refresh the page. Okay. Okay, so up here we've got all the chats. That's what I was looking for. So you've got all the chat history, but as soon as I create a new message, it doesn't understand what was my last message. It doesn't know what, you see, invoke the DALL-E tool like this. It doesn't know what my previous message was because it's in a different chat thread. Now I can go back and I can continue my conversation from this chat thread, but it's not very organized, and I also can't put this customer facing. I can't use it to gather information. Imagine, right, if you had this on your website and people were coming in and they were saying things like, how does this help me? Okay. It doesn't know. It's not able to understand that this is a customer question. It's not able to understand that this person's asking a question about this email. It's basically just continuing from our original prompt, which is to write an email, and then obviously from there it's going to give us a bit of information about how this email is going to help us. But imagine if I could have that on my website where people could get questions answered instantly. Well, you can actually do that with ChatIQ, which is basically a tool that makes building these chatbots incredibly easy for you. You don't need to know how to code, and in a matter of steps, you can have one of these on your website like this, or embedded in the corner, that can answer customer questions instantly. And I've done an example here. So I've asked it, for example, what is ChatIQ? And it's come back with a very simple response. It's specifically designed to increase conversion rates on websites and turn browsing traffic into customers through human-like conversations. I've asked it how I can use it in my business, and I've asked it about the pricing plans. And it knows that we have a 2-week free trial, so it knows that if a customer wants to test out the product, they can actually trial it for free for 2 weeks without having to pay for anything. And it's basically designed in this way. I've designed it to convert customers who land on my website. There's a whole load of other different things that you can do with it, but if you click this button here, it will take you through a simple onboarding process, and by the end of it, you will have a chatbot that you can embed into your website. Now, if you go into the dashboard, once you're finally completed, you can see here, I have got up to 250,000 words uploaded at the moment, and I can actually upload 1 million words of my own data into ChatIQ for my own account, and I can pick and choose. If I want to use these 4 and build a chatbot, I can go ahead and do that. Maybe, for example, I want to actually remove this data. I can do that, and I can free up some credits within my account. I can actually upload a PDF file. I can scrape a single URL or fetch all the URLs from my business. I can tag my data so I can organize it, especially if I'm building chatbots for multiple clients on multiple different websites. You can see here I've got 6 out of 15 chatbots currently built. I can go into a chatbot and I can test it before I embed it into my website. I can actually add or remove knowledge once my chatbot's been built. You can see here I've now got this knowledge now. So if my chatbot's not responding in the way that I want, I can go ahead and add more information in. So if you want to go ahead and get started with ChatIQ, all you need to do is click the top link down below in the description. It will take you through the onboarding process. You can get started with a 2-week free trial. We won't charge you a card. You can mess around with it as much as you want. And if you click this share chatbot button up here, my screen's frozen, but if you click this button up here, it will actually give you an embed code that you just paste into the header code of your website, which works with Shopify, WordPress, Wix, GoDaddy, literally any website provider, and it will be on your website in a matter of seconds. So if you've got any questions at all, don't forget you can leave them down below in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions at all. It will also manage things like human handoff. So if someone doesn't get the answer that they want, then it will send them, for example, an email link that they can go ahead and email or contact if they have any additional questions. So that's pretty exciting.